This podcast is part of the Zero to Hero Podcast Network. Don't leave the meeting.
Okay.
I know it tells you can leave the meeting. Don't do it.
I was almost like, I'm out of this place. Goodbye.
You want to record me?
Arrivederci.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hasta
I didn't know you
luego.
spoke Japanese.
Bonjour. That's hello. Damn it.
Buongiorno.
Yeah. French. Eiffel Tower.
Were we supposed to be talking about the new Marvel comic we're doing together?
That's
Nick?
right. Oh, yeah. And the DC crossover book. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be nuts.
It is. It's crazy that they hired us.
I know, right? They were like, hey, let's go to Arkansas, find two random people that make comics and be like, hey, y'all want to bring back Amagon? What's the,
God.
Magalan Comics, whatever it was where they
Amalgam.
did DC.
Amalgam. That's what it was.
Amalgam. Yeah, that's it. That's how you say it. Do y'all guys want to bring back Amalgam Comics? And we were like,
yes.
okay. I mean, we ain't got nothing else. No.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have to leave our families for 8 years per the contract.
That's right. That means like half my kids will be grown. This is not a bad idea. I mean,
Worth
it.
to bring Amalgam back. Worth
it. I mean, obviously that was when Marvel and DC were in their heyday.
That's peak.
That's peak Marvel. Definitely peak DC.
Robin and who was it that matched together with him?
I don't know. I know that Batman and Wolverine were what was her name? Darkclaw.
Darkclaw.
Yeah, that's the only really one I remember.
That's
because that was the coolest one.
Yeah, it was.
Next month, they're supposed to be doing a Marvel versus DC omnibus is coming out, and then the I can't say the name now. Amalgam. Yeah, omnibus too. So it's like two of them.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you want to drop $300 on 2,000 pages of that stuff, you can.
Or you could, look into the new original Geek comic that's going to be coming out, and there's going to be a Kickstarter.
I feel like that's what we were here for.
I think so. Yeah.
Have we done the introduction?
I just let y'all go. Just let y'all talk.
Oh, okay. So, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Big mistake.
Yeah, that was the worst idea you've ever had. Out of all the worst ideas you've had, that's probably the worst.
I don't know. I've had some pretty bad ones.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I started this podcast,
That's true.
Yeah.
Self-burn.
If you give a dad a podcast,
you're bloody welcome.
Hey, Dad.
If I get my hand stuck in a pickle jar, I'm straight up bull in a china shop, just swinging around.
Started writing songs when I was about 12 or so.
Seriously?
They're retrofitting me now, and
I'm like, yes, finally.
I also had the opportunity to go train with Hoist Gracie and Dan Severin.
Wow.
I like that. That's different. It stands out.
That day I took my very first bump and it was fun.
There's only one section to go to first.
Yeah.
Toys.
Bro.
I was like, no, man, surely this guy's not booked out that long.
I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl.
What?
Man, this guy won't shut up.
And just a reminder before we get started here, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to iGadap wherever it is you're listening to. Hit that notification bell so you are notified when a new episode drops. Also, make sure that you go out there and rate and review this episode. Tell me what you think of it. And the more people that do that, the more likely I am to be recommended to somebody else. Now, on to the show. Anybody who's confused, it shouldn't be, because it probably says who's on the show at the start of my show.
It probably does. You don't know how your show goes?
I don't. I just kind of randomly do stuff and hope it sticks, So
what episode are you on? What episode?
This is 125.
Oh, special anniversary issue.
Look at that.
Happy 125. Yeah. So
you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being here and celebrating this milestone with me.
You're welcome, Jared, as your number one guest of 6 times being on your podcast. Also, one-time host out of those. I'm glad to be back here again.
Yeah, that's actually one of the only things I have written down is Eric, this is your second time on here, and Nick, this is your 6th time being on here. So
yeah, that tells me that your podcast obviously is not as cool as you think it is if you're having the same person on here 6 times. That's what I feel. Did you hear that? Is that what everyone else thought?
Is that another kind of that's like a double burn, self?
Yeah, I really don't know who am I insulting, me or you? It doesn't really matter.
I don't know.
No wonder we're like Todoroki.
We're the same. Yeah, right? Exactly.
I actually just caught up on that on the English dubs for My Hero.
I'm 2 episodes behind.
2 episodes behind. Yeah, I'm sitting there watching it and ready for the next one, and then it's like, next one's in Japanese. Do you want to watch it? And I was like, no.
That's racist.
Oh.
I can't believe you just said that in front of an Asian. Dear Lord.
Yeah.
But he clearly speaks Japanese.
I have an Asian friend, so it's okay, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's what it works.
Oh, wait. Well, Eric, you're my Asian friend, so is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool.
Good. As long as I ask, then I'm good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, tonight we are going to talk about. This is going to go probably everywhere, and these are the kind of episodes I like because they're just fun to do. But we do have a purpose for this episode, and that is we have the Kickstarter for Vengeance 4 coming out, and we're going to be introducing a new character as well.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that this had a purpose. I didn't even know what we were really here for. I was trying to I guess we'll talk about stuff and things.
Yeah. Bell peppers.
How much can we say about VFO?
We can say as much as you want to say. But yeah, so it's the 4th issue to the first comic that started Original Geek, and it's a pretty big deal, man. You can let's see, you said this is coming out the following Monday, so like on October the 1st, you can start backing Vengeance 4 to make that reality for us and get all sorts of cool stuff, cool covers. It's a special double issue one-shot. It's a mouthful, and yeah, it's gonna be great. And as you said, we introduce a new character who it's really not a spoiler to say this because we have done this in the marketing. This character will be making a spin-off into his own series eventually down the road.
Yeah. It's a cool character too. I've been along for whenever you guys have been talking about it and everything, and to me, this is going to be a really cool one to do because we already have the established story where we told who Vengeance is, and now we're bringing in this awesome new character who, he's. How do I put this?
Be careful. I'm just kidding.
I know.
He's like, oh, spoiler. Hey, to talk about the character, you're really talking about the person who created the character, which is weird. It's not going to be me.
No.
So crazy.
Well, that's the one thing I like about this is I have the creator, and I have the writer, and I have, the main artist for this, because in the past, I know that you've had another person be the main artist for this comic. And now Eric has taken over as the main artist for this too. So stepping into that role, and creating your own new character in this, that's got to be kind of exciting.
Yes, very. And it was easy because with Eighth Day, that was a very collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm.
And that just kind of eased the transition of collaborating with this character into Vengeance for like really natural feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Very organic, and Nick is just great to work with. Plus, just he's really attractive, and that helps too. So,
oh god, it's getting hot in here, or is that just me? Okay.
You're gonna have to cut that out. Cut that out. Okay.
Leave that in.
Okay.
It all stays.
Okay.
Nothing gets cut
Oh,
out.
okay. This is the
I only
late
cut
night.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's we could be meditating. You don't know.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just said, but it was really fun creating this character. A lot of the influence was from like his concept is a lot of it came from One Punch Man
Mhm.
and a little bit of like JoJo and just some crazy wacky like characters just kind of mashed into one.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of my favorite type of archetype, I guess.
Right.
So yeah.
So I really liked how whenever you were developing this character, how you would throw stuff into like the chat and everything, and it made me feel a part of it, too, by being able to see that, and just seeing how it started out as this idea and it's developed into this whole character that's going to be in the latest comic.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you feel that way. I mean, we're all involved. You being part of the group, and I just love getting input and just ideas from everyone.
Yeah.
It makes the content and just everything that we create just so much better, I think.
Right.
When it comes from different visions and different perspectives, it just fleshes out things just way better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And having it be part of the Vengeance universe makes it even better.
Right.
It just facilitates a lot of that type of content really great. Vengeance himself is like this really badass, but the cyborg and just such a crazy, awesome, fun, cool idea already.
Yeah.
And so it was just really organic, just fitting that kind of character into that world.
Yeah, and whoa, Ryland's here. And did not expect that. I was going to say, I was like, okay. Anyways,
we got 3 dads here on a podcast. Something like that's going to happen,
for sure. And I really like, having Eric come to me with this idea of taking this character that he developed, Bullet Shibito, is the name of the character. I don't even know if we've dropped that or not, the name.
Well, it's in the marketing.
Right. Yeah, I'm
we're
just
good
saying on this show
on this show, that's true.
We haven't dropped it yet. But the issue we're calling Vengeance versus Bullet Shibito. And then they're what I mean, you can assume that everything's going to be hunky dory whenever you put verses in the title, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I think whenever I dropped the cover, I said that they were going to fight, and that until they both learned that their mothers are named Sarah, and then they become and then they become friends. So,
why did you say that name?
Why did you say that name? But whenever he came to me, it was like a really cool idea, and I really liked the character. And he was like, "I'd like to introduce this, and through Vengeance, and then lead into his own spinoff book." And I was like, "We could totally do that." And with issue 3, we just ended the first arc, the dawning arc of Vengeance. Right. So we, his origin story, he's established now, and I had an arc that I was going to do next, and called Identity, and it had a lot to do with Vengeance identity as a hero, what he means to the people of Metron, which is the city he's from, in case you didn't know, and police and all these relationships, his identity, killing me. And so his identity. And then, so whenever he told me this idea, I was like, honestly, this kind of fits in my identity arc, which was the next arc that I was wanting to do. And so I kind of condensed down on that idea and threw in the Bullet storyline into that, and just created one. We decided to do it as one shot. And then I just started writing it, and it ended up being like 2 issues, a double issue worth of story, but I kind of had to. So I originally was going to write 3 issues, I think, for the Identity arc. So it's really like 2 issues now, but it's better. It's very streamlined, and I think that having the Bullet story woven in really made it. It's very fast paced. I think you would say. I think you could say, right? Would you say that, Eric? Would you say that's a fast paced issue?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. The scenes and the events happen really quickly. There's not a lot of like downtime, which is, I think, fits perfectly. And just that's just the way the story has to be told, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're wondering where that comes from, you check out Beyond the Panels, the original Geek podcast, for more inside jokes. And so, anyways.
And you get to hear us plus more people like us there too.
And people just turned off the podcast just now.
To the 4 of you that are left, thanks for staying.
But yeah, and so I got this while we're talking about it here. I got the synopsis that we've put out for the book. If you want me to drop that, just so a little bit, because it'll kind of we can take from this and kind of go into more about Bullet here.
Yeah.
It says, in the special double issue one-shot, we continue the story of Vengeance and his fight against the Nightmare Gang. After a month of fighting to make Metron a better place, an anonymous tip makes the Metron Police Department believe they finally know the leader of the Nightmare Gang. Vengeance? ? In Japan, the undead assassin Bullet Shibito hears of this news and heads to America to take down Vengeance for the good of the people. It's a fight you don't want to miss. And so I think, touching on that, the undead assassin. And so I think that's a cool idea. So I don't know how much of that Eric wants to, other than that, if you wanted to mention anything else about Bullet in that vein, Eric, or not. That's on you, since it is your character. I don't want to be like, telling stories outside of school or whatever that phrase is.
I think you said undead assassin so perfectly.
Yeah.
And so beautifully that I'm crying a little bit. But I guess I don't want to flesh him out, no pun intended, too much with the first issue. Because I want to kind of keep him, if this is what you mean, Nick, like, I don't want to put too much of his backstory out there, because this is a Vengeance comic, really, ultimately.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be like, I don't want to take away from that. And plus, I want to also keep, or I'm sure you do as well, like, kind of keep him a little mysterious until we can get to a point where he has his own book. So that can be kind of explained later. But I want to really kind of have him a little more in the background compared to Vengeance, if that makes sense.
For sure. And you that's really kind of how I went with whenever I wrote the script too, because you trusted me to tell the beginning of your character, or the introduction of your character in this issue, and I wrote the whole script, and that's kind of how I felt, was leave things kind of mysterious, where we kind of got a little bit about it, which is that he's an undead assassin. I mean, obviously that you can tell that in the covers. I mean, if you look at it. So, and that's pretty much all I really wanted to give out too, was that.
Right. Just kind of imagining it or comparing it to like Red Hood a little bit. In the beginning of that story, everyone's like, who is he? Like, who is that? And of course, later you find out it's Jason Todd. Spoiler alert.
Oh, God.
Right?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess you should just end the podcast now.
I should.
I ruined it.
Hit the big button.
I mean,
there.
It won't be, I don't think it'll be like a big reveal like that, but just kind of like digging further into the character and his development
Yeah.
is definitely something later on for this. So,
Well, I mean, and that gives you, once you start doing the Bullet comics themselves, you can have those rich origin story pieces that you can mix into your own stuff. Get people into it to where they're like, "Hey, this is a cool character. I want to know more about it." And that's kind of what this one will be, is to get them to be like, "I like this character." And so then when they get over to the Bullet comics that will be coming eventually, you can be like, well, this is why this is this way.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good storytelling idea there, Jared.
I know, right? Yeah. I just thought
Are you
of
trying
that.
to take our jobs, or?
I mean, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is Nick would have to put me in those jobs, and I don't think he's going to do that.
Definitely not.
I mean, he fired me yesterday just so he could rehire me with a new contract.
Mm-hmm. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. I don't like the things I'm seeing. I'm like, oh, you're done. But here, I still need you. So sign this.
Exactly.
So it's really on you, Jared, that you signed it again, like another contract.
I'm a glutton for punishment, dude. So, yeah.
That's why I'm his best friend. Because he just loves it. He loves it. He's like, yes, give me more.
Like a symbiotic relationship there.
That's right. Definitely. I'm Venom. You're welcome. But not Venom Horse.
Not Venom.
Not Venom Horse, yeah.
Venom Horse is cool, though.
Fun fact, in that I was telling Jared earlier about the comic event going on right now, Venom War. At the end of the issues, there's like one page at the end of both issues of the Venom War main book, and it's about a Venom horse, and it's just like exposition of him talking about comics and all these thought bubbles, and then and then people are like, the Venom horse has got out, and he's like, he's just all talking about it. And then at the end, he's like, have I mentioned I'm Venom Horse? That's it. I'll have to send you some pictures of it. And they're like, the issue 2 one, it was just literally about this. I can't remember who it was, but somebody that makes comics, and there's six points of making comics, and he's just sitting there talking about how to make comics in the comic, and he's like, and I'm Venom Horse. Just at the end of it, I'm just like, this is, or the guy's like, stop Venom Horse. It's just so great. I don't know why we went off on that tangent, but
you called yourself Venom, and I said the Venom Horse was cool.
Yeah, I don't know why we had to go on that.
Start talking about Venom, and Nick just.
Yeah.
How many hours you got?
Right.
It's gonna take all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm all here for it. My body's ready.
I'm here to tell you the story about the symbiotes and their god, Null.
Yeah.
Apparently, Null was in the latest Venom trailer.
Yes. Yeah, he is. He's going to be the villain in the Last Dance movie. And I'm here for it. I just hope he destroys the Sonyverse and we don't have to watch any more of their movies.
Yeah, same.
It just does. Null just comes in, and then the Craven movie never comes out because Null just destroys it. Just at the end, he's ripping up the old school film reels of Craven, and then they're just like, Craven has been canceled due to Null. Very, very meta to the whole thing.
Been nullified.
Oh God. Oh man, look at that.
That was good.
There it is.
I like it.
It's your dad joke for you.
My dad joke. I've got plenty.
Yeah, you keep them in a database.
Nice.
I do. Yes.
Classic.
Funny times.
Oh yes.
So yeah, Jared, Kickstarter. This is your second Kickstarter, right, with us?
This will be my second time going through Kickstarter with Original Geek. The first one was pretty cool. It was a unique experience, and I had a lot of fun. I got to, I was inspired and was able to make something really cool with that, and I'm looking forward to maybe doing something cool like that again.
Yeah, the video you made was really dope, and I've already told you the ideas that I had for the new one. So just gotta get on that, but
gotta get people hyped.
Yeah, those hype videos are nice. And I like how you said the word unique instead of accidentally saying the real word you should have used, which is stressful.
Okay, yes, it can be that. That's true.
And anyone that's listening that's run a Kickstarter campaign, they're like, bro,
yeah,
that's it. That's it. That's all they said because they know.
So the guys I had on 2 weeks ago, the ones for first place losers, right. I was trying to be gentle with the way that I said it to them, about how stressful it can be and how, you put this thing out there and tell people, hey, I have this idea and I would love to make it, but I need your help. And then you have to sit there and kind of wait for people to actually be like, okay, well, here's some money to help you, and it's kind of money. Yeah. It's almost like, please help me out. But I mean, I think even Flobo said that he's like, please read my book, so it's kind of like that, but at the same time, you're like, okay, is it going to happen? What's going on? And so you try to make sure to keep it in people's mind, but yeah, it can be stressful.
Yeah, dude. Every day, man. Every day. The whole 30 days of running a campaign is just like, I want this to end. Please be over. Please, somebody donate. If it's like to the next $100 mark, oh God, we're only blah 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 so much way. Oh God, we're only so much way. Somebody only donated this much. Oh God, I need the numbers. Give me your numbers, please. It's kind of like that.
That's my soundbite for the week too.
Yeah,
not as desperate sounding as that, but I mean.
Well,
for one, I'm typing all that stuff, so there's no audio to my. That's what's going through my head as I send you the messages, y'all. The messages.
Okay.
When I send the collective, that's how I sound.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I want you to read that now, and the next campaign. When I send messages about Kickstarter, I want you to read them in that whiny sounding. Desperate.
Come on, Dan! I need it. I need the money, man. Help me out here.
Well, you kind of sound like a broke Mickey Mouse just now. Like, Mickey's like, please.
Don't get him to sing like Mickey Mouse again. I'm gonna lose it.
Oh boy!
Come to Disney World, please, right? Spaceship.
We want to make these stories for you. Please, can you help me out?
Oh my God, we're getting sued by Disney World. Bob Iger's gonna call.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
We already said a bunch of shit about Marvel at the beginning, which I don't know if it got on.
That's all Disney too. So
I know, right? God, we are horrible. Now we should start talking about Star Wars next. That way we can just totally.
Do you really want to go there?
No, I'm not talking Star Wars with you on a podcast. I'm not talking Star Wars with you in general, much less.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know if V4 is going to get done if we start doing that.
We'll have to wait till the book is done. Oh crap, we got another book after that. It's going to be a long time before we can talk Star Wars. But then I'm sure we'd have another book. Well, you know what? We'll just never be able to talk about Star Wars together.
You're just going to keep me so busy that we can't talk about Star Wars.
We can never talk about Star Wars because our opinions are so different.
Eric, Star Wars, huh?
No, God, don't do it,
sorry.
Jared.
Oh, sorry.
Cracks knuckles.
Okay, don't poke the bear.
I'm gonna get canceled now.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's one of those.
But he doesn't know what side I'm on, though.
I really don't.
They don't know.
I've just always been told in the group, don't talk about Star Wars with Eric. So.
Like, yeah, but nobody they're listening. They're like, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Right. What if I agree with him?
They're either right now they're like, ugh, Eric, or they're like, ugh, Nick.
They'll never know.
They'll never know whose side they're on, but they're on one of our sides. That's all you can tell is that there's two different sides. That's all you need to know.
That's right. Sides. Or maybe 4 different sides.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
Well, because of our split personalities.
Yeah. Who knows? Gray area there.
Yeah, but not like the Gray Jedi, which is known from Star Wars. What are known?
Now who's poking the bear?
Sorry.
Nick really wants to.
That's not continuity. I apologize. Go on.
So the whole thing, I will actually be seeing you in person for the very first So the Kickstarter starts on October 1st, correct?
That's correct.
And then I'll be hanging out with you at McAllister, Oklahoma at HallowsCon that weekend. So you're going to be then, please help me out while we're there.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey man, hey, you wanna get a comic? I'm gonna be, that animated movie of Hercules that came out from Disney in the 90s with the dude
Did
who
you
has the
say
trench
anime
coat.
movie?
Animated
Hercules?
movie.
Oh.
Animated. I don't know, but if they don't make a Hercules anime, they're really missing out. Anyway, the Hercules animated movie from Disney with the dude with the trench coat, he's like, "You want to buy a sundial?" It'll be like that, but I'll have like a bunch of comics pinned to the inside of the trench coat.
No.
You want to buy a comic? And then I'll also have the QR code for a Kickstarter. So, yeah.
Please don't creep everybody out till they run away from my table.
I'm getting kicked out of McAllister. Never allowed back in Oklahoma after October the 5th.
No, don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is to get kicked out of Oklahoma.
No.
Our first time for presence in Oklahoma, and I ruined it.
Well,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
that.
That
doesn't seem like a smart idea.
It's not. I mean, you want people to buy the comic. Oklahoma people buy comics too.
Oh, I'm assuming. I mean, they have comic book stores.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I did a 3-hour conversation with Justin Lee about Batman, so I'm sure he reads comics and he's in Oklahoma.
Good for you and Justin Lee, who has not been on the podcast as much as I have.
Look at you, just rubbing it in.
Wow, the flex is real.
No, don't come at me.
Hey everybody, I've got a really cool event to tell you guys about, and that's the Tulsa Comic Book Swap Halloween. And it's happening on October 27th at the Glenpool Conference Center in Glenpool, Oklahoma, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and you do not want to miss it. They've got an incredible lineup of guests, including Justin Nimmo from Power Rangers, Paul E. Niemeyer, the original artist behind Mortal Kombat, Dr. Hassan Rashid from Marvel Studios' Black Panther, Tammy Aaron, who played Pippi Longstocking, and James Hostler, creator of the Bobcat comic book. But that's not all. You'll find everything from comic books, anime, toys, video games, pop culture items, VHS tapes, records, vintage clothing, and art. It's all indoors with free, easy parking. Also, Tulsa Rolling Video Games will be there offering free play on PS5, Xbox, Switch, and much more. Plus, there'll be food trucks, giveaways, a cosplay contest with prizes and trophies, panels, workshops, and even indie short film showcase screenings. And for all of you Star Wars fans out there, the 501st Garrison Legion and Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha podcast will be there too. This event is growing bigger every year, driven by the amazing father-daughter team behind it. And you've got to be there to be a part of it. The admission is only $5, and kids 12 and under, they get in free. So make sure to mark your calendars for October 27th at the Glenpool Conference Center in Glenpool, Oklahoma. And you can follow them on Instagram at Tulsa Comic Book Swap or Nicholas Gulcher Comics for updates. For more info, check out their website as well, tulsacomicbookswap.square.site.
Yeah.
Bullet Shabito and Vengeance, man. Yeah. Jared.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
What are you most excited about for Vengeance 4?
Well, I mean, there's a lot that's going to be going on there because, I mean, you've told us that you're kind of bringing in the identity story with this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, I've been very excited about bringing in this new character because, like I said, I feel like I've kind of been in on the ground floor for that, for him coming in, with creating this character. And so that's a very hard question to answer because there's a lot that I'm very excited about. And just seeing more of this come out, more story, because, I love the Vengeance story. So But for me, I think that seeing this new character come in to where we can have a branch off into another story that's going on, I think that's what I'm the most excited about.
Cool. All right.
What about you?
For some reason, I don't know why I heard this, Eric, but did he say that he helped create the character? Because that's what I heard. And I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this. How he said, being there on the ground floor and creating this character. He said
creating it, not and creating. I was there while you guys were creating it, hearing the things that were going on. I was experiencing being there when this character was being created.
Wasn't Jared your sole inspiration for creating Vengeance himself, Nick?
That's correct. Yes, that I created Vengeance back 16 years ago before, which was
before you even met me.
15 years before I met Jared.
I think I'm going to meet someone like Jared 16 years from now, and I am preparing for that meeting by creating this character for him.
Yeah, that's why Vengeance's real name is Jared, and he looks just like Jared.
Yep. I'm actually going to redraw all those scenes to make it look more like Jared.
Has to scrap the entire book that you've already drawn.
I'm going to draw another version of the book secretly,
like an alternate version.
Yeah,
the Jared version, the Jared verse, where all the characters kind of look like Jared, even the girls.
Yep.
I feel like we're getting
that.
Did you say please buy that?
please buy the Jared verse books.
The least sold comic ever in history.
That's not true. I'm sure there's more.
I have a question for you both.
Okay.
So what are you guys' feelings on this style of Vengeance changing pretty drastically from a more American style to a more like manga-esque style?
Ooh, I freaking love it.
I was like, let's let Jared answer this.
I do. I freaking love it. And, I noticed that right away whenever you started coming out with like the different designs and the covers and things like that I've seen. And I was like, man, I'm really liking this. I dig it a lot.
Yeah, man, I really like it. I think it fits the story of Vengeance better, honestly.
Yeah.
And now I feel like with this book, and then Eighth Day, and then even Shadow Fox kind of has this. It's like a gritty type feel to it. That's kind of you could even take from close to it. And then Whispers in the Dark has that Junji Ito manga type vibe to it. We really are starting to develop an OG house style. Marvel has a Marvel house style of their art. And now it seems that we're developing that. And I think that's actually good. The reason why I think it's good is because it sets us as this is what you're getting. This is their style. This is the books that they put out. We have a identity. Oh, you like that? We have an identity of an original Geek. Yeah, did it take you 5 minutes to get there? What the hell?
It did, actually.
We have this identity now, and I think that will set us apart from, other... Because, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's tons of people that make independent comic books. Like, tons. Go on Kickstarter right now and just click on comic books. Browse through.
Yeah.
Hundreds. And it's like that all the time. So, all these people are trying to do it, and I think... a lot of styles will either, a lot of them have a similar style, or just style that whatever, blah, whatever type of style. And I think setting a precedent for us and having a style that's different from everybody else is actually really good. And so I like it. And, just whenever I saw the first page of Vengeance 4, I was like, yes, this was a good idea. And so but I knew what I was getting into as well. So but I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm not just saying that because you're on the podcast, because I'd say it when you're off the podcast. So
that's not what he was saying before you got on the podcast, dude.
I said a lot of stuff about you before you got on here. I 100% had nothing to do with the book. only had to do with you being late.
Just
That's all I had to do.
and just a lot of personal issues you have with me.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was all personal. I only Googled
That's okay.
what it was about Filipinos and being late. I might have apparently there's a thing called Filipino time. Did you know that? Fun fact. Google it. So Google it, folks. So, yeah. That's all I talked about. I don't remember where we were talking about. Now I'm only thinking about talking about Eric. What were we speaking about? I got lost.
We were talking about
I got lost.
our signature style.
Ooh, really went off the rails right there at the end, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if y'all guys know this, but I'm like an ideas guy and I'm kind of creative and my head is all over the place. So this is what you get. When you
Look, my head's all over the place, and I was following you, and then we both went off the cliff. So
we were like, "Whoa, squirrel!"
we're like, going off the cliff, and then I saved you, and then I'm your hero now. So
you've always been my hero.
I know.
I kind of want you to, when we go to SpotCon this weekend, of course, this will have already passed. So people will have to message me and ask me this. I would like you to sing that Enrique Iglesias song, Hero, to me. That would be great. Can we make that happen?
Of course.
Okay, cool. I'll print off the lyrics. I'll tell Luke to bring his guitar, and we'll make it happen, Captain. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, there you go. See, only aye, sailor. That sounds hot.
Yeah,
Jared's like, get the show back on the. He's texting me now. Stop it.
All caps.
Stop,
dude.
He's like calling you.
It's muted himself. He's like, "Come on, man, get it back on track." No.
Like Stacia's calling you.
He texts Stacia.
Help me! They won't stop.
They're being weird.
He knew what he was getting into.
What's really funny is that whole, on one subject and then it kind of jumps, but it morphs from one subject to another. That's about the way it looks when you message me sometime, Nick.
I'm sorry? Question mark?
Okay, this is we everybody knows that we have another project that's coming out as well, and that's the ripoffs. And you messaging me about how that one line goes and how it went from one thing to the next to the next to the next, that's what that reminded me of, that whole thing that you just went through.
Oh, the conversation with the Supermatic and Clutch and the
Yep. About the burrito. Yeah,
about the burrito, the Hot Pocket.
The Hot Pocket, that's it. Yeah,
the Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Eric's like, "What are you talking about?" Don't worry, Eric. When we get off here,
No, I'm like, keep going.
When we stop recording, I will definitely. I'll read you this monologue that I did.
It's hilarious.
Is this part of the ripoff story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a scene that is just literally a 2-page monologue that I wrote for one of the characters that starts with about a Hot Pocket.
Please have this actually in the story.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
It's in the script.
Yeah. So,
wait,
when episode 4?
When is ripoff supposed to release? Do we have a date?
For one, we'd have to start recording it.
Yes,
that would be the first thing.
We have to start recording it. We are going to start. I'm going to start doing auditions and stuff for it here soon once we get the script completely done and everything, and then we will start recording and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, someone hasn't written all the scripts yet. There's 6 episodes and they just finished the 4th one, and they're kind of dragged their ass a little bit. But it's it happens.
It does. Yeah, it's okay.
Excuse.
Some people may have a lot going on. We don't know.
It's true. Yeah.
Don't blame the writer. Blame society.
There you go. Yeah.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
That's right. The writer's right. I don't know who's right then. If it was me, oh shit, I just said that I wrote about the Hot Pocket. Then dang it.
Yeah.
Really gotta. Oh man, I really gotta watch myself.
You kind of backed yourself in the corner there.
I did. I was trying to be all innocent, but I already proved myself guilty. So at this point,
before you even started, you proved it.
Before I even started it. Wow.
Who's going to be getting the voice actor? Who's doing the hiring for that, or holding the auditions for that?
That'll be me, and Nick will be doing that as well. Did you want to be involved in that?
Oh no, I was just curious, purely curious.
I just
I'm
assumed
not a voice actor expert.
I assumed that we'd at least send the stuff in the collective just for
Yeah.
opinions.
That's true. But I've had a few people who have messaged me more than once because they want to be a part of this.
No one's messaged me about it, which is good because it's your thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that no one's reaching me. But I've said that I was going to do it before, so maybe people are just waiting to see if it actually happens.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a new thing in Original Geek. I mean, we've done comics. We haven't done voice audio, or excuse me, we haven't done audio dramas. We haven't done anything like that. So this is going to be a new venture for Original Geek.
You listened to audio dramas before, Eric?
Yeah. Yep.
I love audio dramas.
Any specific ones that jump out at you that you can think of right offhand, or one?
I don't know if you could call this an audio drama purely per se, but the Vampire Hunter D series as an audio book, I really like listening to.
Okay.
The light novels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what jumps out to me.
Do different people do the roles on there, or is it just one person reading it?
It's just one person reading it, so I guess it's not an audio drama. Never mind.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. That's still a form of audio story, so we can we'll give you half credit.
I've listened to Warhammer 40K stuff. That's been in different voices that are audio dramas.
Okay, yeah.
Those have been pretty great. There's one guy on YouTube, I can't remember his name, but he does a bunch of different voices for Warhammer 40K, and he's amazing. I'll have to send a link for that to you guys later. But I have appreciation for that kind of stuff. So
it's something new and cool, I think, that we haven't done, venturing off to a new world.
Right. I grew up on audio dramas. I grew up, everybody who listens to this knows that I like Adventures in Odyssey. It was an audio drama that I listened to as a kid, and I think that was my gateway into it. And even as an adult, I found other ones like I love We're Alive, the Power Rangers audio drama. That one's great.
Yep.
They've got different Marvel ones that are really good too. And I don't know. I've just the same people who make the Power Rangers audio drama also make an X-Men audio drama that's really good. So I mean, I've always been intrigued and loved those kind of stories. So I'm gonna be picky when I do this, but I want it to be good, and that's what I want to see. Is this be something I can be proud of?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good idea to be proud of it. We haven't done anything that's too horrible yet. So I mean, but I mean, you gotta think, doing something new. The bar is there is no bar, so whatever you do, you can set the bar.
Right.
And then for the next one that we roll into, that we already briefly discussed, the next one that we would do. Unless this one just totally just sucks. And if we roll into the next one, then
womp womp.
We'll have a bar to go by. So, and we'll know, and the thing is also, doing it for the first time as a person that remembers whenever he did his first comic, it's going to be a learning process. Everything's not going to go the way we want it to go. And we'll learn the do's and do nots for the second one. And be able to, take the lessons that we learn from the ripoffs to whatever's next, and then if we do a season 2 or whatever else is down the road, then we'll be able to improve on those based off of how this one goes. So.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited about that, and I'm excited about everything that's going on with Original Geek. We've got. I've seen a lot of things happen since I've been a part of this group, and it's been a fun ride, and I can't wait to see where this goes next. I mean, we've traveled to different states together to do different conventions, and we've done. I've been able to be a part of this group, to be, part of different stories that are coming out, been able to help advertise it and things like that. And so, I'm just excited about everything that's going on with this.
Yeah, we got a lot of exciting things going on. Kind of like, not only do we have in October, we've talked about Vengeance versus Bullet Shibito, but we have 2 books coming out as well.
Yeah.
You can pre-order right this second at originalgeekcomics.com. You can pre-order my new book, which we've already briefly said about it. But Whispers in the Dark, it's our first horror book, and it's the first time I've ever done anything horror, and first time I ever wrote anything horror. So it's all brand new, and it will be the introduction of our new artist, Salem Black.
Yeah.
And his first foray into Original Geek. And I think it's really great. And I told him that, whenever I was writing it, I said, I really like Junji Ito, and I really like his style. And I would think it would be cool, which would be cool to have the art similar in style to that.
Right.
And I think when I saw that first page, I was like, this is what I wanted. So I think he understood the assignment and followed through on that successfully. So check that out. It's really cool. I don't know if we talked about it on this podcast. Might have talked about it on Beyond the Panels, but I know that you played that commercial that I made that during when the Kickstarter was running.
Right.
So, and I know some of the listeners on this show donated to that, and we appreciate you, by the way. We appreciate everybody that's donated and helped fund 7 books for so far.
Yeah.
And the other book that we have coming out is Shadow Fox #1, which is written and drawn and everything, one cover and everything. It's by Ron McAdoo, Ron McAdoo, or R. Ron MC. Why did I say R? Ron MC, as we call him in the Original Geek biz, and it's a joint venture with his own publishing company, Backyard Publishing. And so we're putting out that first issue, and it's like a grounded, gritty superhero book of his own making, and we're really excited to help him put it out. And you just gotta get the book. The art is amazing. If you check out the cover of that, you can see the cover on originalgeekcomics.com, where you can pre-order that. And look at that. That's the style you're going to get in the book too. And Ron's done a lot of covers for us, including ones for Vengeance 2, Vengeance 3, 8th Day. He's done covers for all 3 of those books. And I believe he's doing a cover for Vengeance 4. I think he's sneaking in here at the last minute before we do our Kickstarter, and putting out a cover for us, which everyone on the team is really super excited about. We all love Ron, and he's an amazing artist. He's been doing art for probably longer than at least the 2, me and you, Jared, have been alive. So I don't know, probably Eric too, but it's.
I've been alive for 300 years, so
but Ron's been an artist.
You
for
hold
500.
your age well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so next time I guess be quiet. But yeah, I really like it. And so Shadow Fox having that character, get his own book is really cool.
Yeah,
and we're going to do some more issues going forward, and I think we've already said he's kind of going to be in the same universe as Vengeance and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. So, which the ripoffs are in the same universe as Vengeance 2 as well. So that's really cool. But we've already seen a alternate Earth version of Shadow Fox in the 8th Day issue in the flashback scene, which, if you're like, what are you talking about? Go order the 8th Day off our website, originalgeekcomics.com, and you can see it's our highest selling book that we have put out, post-apocalyptic book, which this was the first Cushing and Helms book that we put out. a collaboration name where me and Eric are putting our books now because we kind of do it together. And you can see an alternate Earth version of that, and you're like, and if you have the book already, and you're like, really? Yeah, go check it out. And you can see that. So
Yeah,
I'm really excited though. Really excited. Two great books. One's coming out, mid-October, and the other one is coming out. Whispers in the Dark is coming out on Halloween, Jared.
Oh, sweet.
On Halloween.
That's cool. So there's also something else that you can get at originalgeekcomics.com.
That's right.
Merch.
I was going to say food, but I guess
that's close enough.
Wait, when did we start getting food? Do we have what do we got?
I don't know, but it was my guess. I didn't know.
That's what the G in OG stands for, original glizzies.
Original glizzies. Okay. All right,
original Go-Gurt.
Oh,
there you go.
So we make our own Go-Gurt.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, we just kind of buy we got the resealable packages and everything when we make our yogurt and put it on the go and the little stick things, Anyway,
Apex Go-Gurt tastes like electricity.
It's shockingly good.
Oh
yeah. Woo, zing. Anyways, we have merch, which is made by Jared's wife. She does all our merch. Let me make it sure I say it just like Jared says at the end of his at the end of the podcast. Made by my merch, made by my wife, Stasia, stickers by Stasia. You can get all our merch at originalgeekcomics.com. We don't have an Etsy site or whatever the hell Jared uses, but
yeah.
So check her out. That's Stickers by Stasia. She used to go by Cups and Teas by Stasia, or Keys and Stickers, or where the hell the name was. I can't remember.
That was Cups and Teas.
Teas. Okay.
Wow.
For some reason, I was like, "Am I wrong on that?"
No, you're right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
She changed the name recently.
She did. Yeah. She's still been doing good. So, but yeah, no, we have some really cool stuff. Like we've got Whispers in the Dark T-shirts, and we've got
those shirts are dope. By the way, those shirts are dope.
Yeah, I think didn't she just send you like the prototype picture for it? And I was like, yeah, he's gonna like that a lot.
Oh God, that's so good. It's we use Eric's cover for the T-shirts. Eric did a cover for it. Actually, Eric did.
He did 2 covers, yeah.
But it's when you go look, you'll know which cover it is. You'll know.
You'll know.
Scary. It's a scary one. The one that you're like, hey.
Everyone's so scared of it.
It's the one that you don't want setting up staring at you in the middle of the night.
That's correct.
I just drew from life from me looking in the mirror in the dark bathroom.
That's really that's what all he did. He took a picture of himself and then just traced it, and that's actually what he looks like.
You told everyone my secrets.
If you were holding a flute. If you were holding a flute.
Yeah, I was holding a flute. So it was actually someone else's hands holding the flute for me, so I could
way you could draw. Yeah.
It was Rylan. Rylan was holding
it was Rylan's hands.
Yeah. Holding the flute.
Yeah.
But yeah, check the shirt out.
Yeah. I got the shirt myself. I'm actually pretty excited about getting all the stuff for the Whispers package.
The Whispers package. That shirt is awesome. Everybody that donated at least $25 is getting the physical copy of Shadow Fox #1 that we unlocked as a stretch goal. Yep. Everyone else that less than that is getting the digital version. So everybody's getting Shadow Fox #1 as a digital, as a stretch goal for because we hit the first stretch goal for Whispers in the Dark.
Right.
But yeah, as going back to that merch you said was the shirts. We got those shirts. We got 8th Day shirts, Vengeance shirts, the Original Geek logo shirts, the character logo shirts. The I Was a Geek Before It Was Cool shirts.
Yep.
All kinds of shirts. Check them out. And we can get those shipped out to you.
Yeah. Do you have the koozies up on the website too?
I don't. That is a con exclusive item.
Okay. Well, then they're gonna have to show up at the convention, which the ones that I announce, every week on the show, telling where we're gonna be at. So.
Right. Unfortunately, if you're listening to this and you hear my voice, then that means that you missed us out on SpaCon. So too late to get a koozie now, but the first weekend in October, we can see you at
HallowsCon.
HallowsCon, McAllister, Oklahoma.
That's right.
But Just me and Jared.
That's right. I told my kids that we were having a weekend away and that we got a hotel room.
That's okay.
They looked at me like, what? When I told them that. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Anything to make my kids cringe. That's what I do now. That's like my goal in life as a dad is make my kids cringe.
Awesome. Good idea.
So you just have to exist, and then that's it.
I'm not quite there yet on that. They still think I'm okay, but it's coming. You know, it's coming. It's coming. You know, I've got a 14 and an almost 13-year-old, so I'm on the verge. They already rolled their eyes at me, but they don't act like they don't know me in public yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, we don't cringe with you, Jared. We love you.
Oh, thanks. I love you guys too.
Oh, I don't know why you said guys. He's the one that said that. But
he said that we love you, so I said
I didn't know
excluding
you all.
Okay,
I didn't
know.
Yeah.
I didn't know he. So weird. I didn't know he spoke for me. That's crazy.
Forget Nick. Yeah.
He doesn't count.
What are we, some kind of team or something that we just speak for each other? This ain't no collaborative out thing. This ain't a comic.
So the truth comes out there. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I sold everybody down the river real quick. Oh man.
So
yeah. Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's all good. I'm past it now. I'm good. I'm cool. So, you guys have anything else that maybe you want to bring up before I get you off of here?
Are you coming up on a close? Because you didn't say that. That's usually what you say at the end of your episode.
So we're coming up on a close here. Do you have anything that maybe you want to bring up before I get you off of here?
Nick or me? Oh, Nick.
Either one of us. Yeah. We're both together.
Right. This is going to be in the past for everyone listening, but I'm excited for SpotCon.
Yeah.
I was excited for SpotCon. It's already over with. So,
what if, when it happened, you weren't excited, then you'd just be lying?
That's right.
That's true. SpotCon was great. Please make us a guest next year, SpotCon.
No, I mean, the SpotCon's great. No, I'm just saying you just weren't excited that day. Or something.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I was excited, but what if I'm not when we get there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is Inception right here. This is what this is. I don't know. That's making my brain hurt. I don't know.
This is what Luke calls time traveling.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh. Anyway, we'll just go with I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
All right. And if people want to follow you guys, how can they do that?
You can follow us by hitting up our link tree, linktr.ee/ORGNL Geek. That's Original Geek with the ORGNL for Original Geek. Let me do that again. linktr.ee. What is that? / //ORGNL Geek. Yeah.
You can follow me by walking quietly in a dim parking lot.
Actually, you can just follow him just by walking behind him because his hearing is shit. So therefore, you don't even have to be really quiet.
Nope. You can just sprint towards
just sprint out. You're like, huh?
What's going on?
Yeah, and make sure that if you listen to this whole podcast and you're like, you know what? I may donate to their Kickstarter. Then check us out. We're on Kickstarter. Just search Vengeance versus Bullet Shabito, or go to that link tree that I dropped and click on that first link there and go donate to the book. Or just check the show notes, because I'm going to assume that Jared's going to put in there. And as his boss, I will tell him he has to.
It's already there.
It's already there. Technically,
it's already there. Yeah,
because
perfect employee.
Yeah, because we're the past versions of ourselves in the future.
Exactly.
The days of future past.
Exactly.
Future past.
Yeah. I'm Wolverine. Actually, I'm Venom. I've already said that. Anyway, I don't know, Jared.
Yeah, I'm Wolverine. I'm Wolverine.
Yeah,
Eric made me the Wolverine picture.
Yeah, you're Wolverine.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
did.
I'm Venom.
Yeah.
And I'm Ghost Rider. And Sean made that dope Ghost
Yeah,
Rider.
that was really cool.
Yeah.
I win.
I completely forgot about those pictures until I said that. And I was like, wait, I'm Venom. Oh, yeah, the pic. And then you started about the picture. I was like, oh, that's weird. I forgot you were Wolverine in that picture.
It was. Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. That's all I got.
Well, all right, guys. I have enjoyed this fun but chaotic episode. It's been a blast talking to you guys. I will talk to you a few more minutes after we end this, but we're going to say goodbye here for now. Thank you guys for being on, and I'm sure you guys will be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Suck it, Justin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Clay Ready-Made here with Diamond State Wrestling, Northwest Arkansas's premier wrestling promotion. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, as well as subscribing to our YouTube channel, where you can find all the action-packed action that only Diamond State Wrestling can provide.
Hey, listeners. I'm glad you're enjoying what you're listening to. I'm Billy from Zero to Hero Podcast. I'll always be joined by Jim. And me and him are the Bulk and Skull Podcasting. If you definitely like jumping down rabbit holes from week to week of anything that ranging from the old school Power Rangers 90s-esque nostalgia, or we could even be talking about moon landings. So, I know you're interested. So definitely after the show, come check us out. Zero to Hero Podcast.
All right, folks, I hope that you enjoyed that episode with Nick and Eric from Original Geek. I always enjoy talking to them. It's a blast, and we always have a good time. So, yeah, they'll definitely be back on the show. You know, I think this was Nick's 6th time being on the show, and this is Eric's 2nd time. So I've got some other Original Geek people that'll be coming on here in a few months, so just be on the lookout for those. And next week's episode, just stay tuned to the social medias. That way you'll see what episode is coming next. I've got a few that I'm going to be recording next week, so I'm not sure which one will come first when it comes to dropping the episode. So yeah, just stay tuned to the social media and everything, and you will see who is on next there. But while you're waiting, make sure that you check out my podcast networks that I'm a part of, the OIW Podcast Network and the Zero to Hero Podcast Network. Both of them have amazing shows on them, and if you're looking for something new to listen to, I definitely recommend both of those networks to find a new show to listen to. I also have merch out, so make sure that you go and get your t-shirts or your hoodies. That way you can represent this podcast, and that way people will be like, well, what is that? And you can tell them about this show. Or if you just want to support this show, please go and do that. I will have it linked in my show notes. That way you guys can find it fairly easy, and it is also in my link tree. At the end of every episode, you hear a song by the man D-Cure. If you like the way that sounds, make sure that you go out there and you follow him as well. I will have a link to his website in the show notes. That way you can follow him. But I really appreciate him making that song for me. It was almost 2 years ago that he did that for me, and I do really appreciate that. As I'm recording this right now, the guys are at SpaCon, and from what I'm seeing, it turned out really good. Thank you to everybody who came out and saw the guys from Original Geek there. The next place that you will find us is at HallowsCon in McAllister, Oklahoma, and yeah, it's going to be a great time out there. I just found out we've got a really good-sized booth. Nick will be right beside me with Original Geek. And we're going to have a really good time. We got a really good spot, and I'm really excited about being there. I'll have merch while I'm there. I'll have all kinds of stickers. I'm bringing some of my wife's stuff with me, so if you guys want some of those stickers that she makes, I will have all of them there. So make sure that you come out and you see us at McAllister, Oklahoma at HallowsCon. It's going to be a blast, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Maybe we can do some videos. Tell me some dad jokes while you're there. Also, make sure that you go out there and you follow my brother podcasts. They are part of the If You Give a Dad a brand, and that is If You Give a Dad a Cosplay and If You Give a Dad a YouTube channel. They're all the time coming out with new stuff to help you to create YouTube channels or to create cosplay, so make sure that you go out there and you follow them as well. So you hear me talking about social media on here, and you're probably like, well, how do I follow you on that? You can either look me up on Google, and I should be the first 10 to 15 results there. Should have a lot of my social media on there. I also have it at the top of my link tree. So when you click on that link tree, you'll see all the different icons for the different places you can find me on social media. You can find me that way. Should be fairly simple, and that will be in my show notes as well. Also, you can send me an email at giveadatapodcast@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I do try to respond as fast as I can to you guys. But yeah, if you have a suggestion or a dad joke or something, or somebody you want me to bring on, just send me an email. That is also in my link tree. You can just find that little envelope at the top, and you can send me an email that way. Well, since you guys are listening to this, if you could do me a big favor, and that is rate and review this podcast. The more people that do that, the more likely I am to be recommended to somebody new. And the more people that listen to this, the better. I look forward to seeing the show grow, and the good way to help me to make that happen is by reviewing this show. Also, make sure that you share this show with your friends. If you're not subscribed to it already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when a new episode of this show drops. So we've come to the end of another episode of If You Give a Dad a Podcast. And it is time for Billy's favorite part of the show, and that is Dad Joke of the Week. My job fired me, but they gave me a bag of coffee. I guess they had grounds for dismissal. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Room rounded, but I got a podcast on. He calls us beautiful people, then tells us who we have on. The best part of my day, though we're blocked out in my pods. Tell my friends all about it so that they follow along. And the host is kinda nerdy, but guess what I am as well. I don't feel so alone, and I began walking out of my shell. Heard a story, I need a connection I haven't felt. I'll be looking for the next one, till then farewell. It's the podcast for me. Have it on, better go see. Listen closely, download and tune in remotely. It's the podcast for me. Have it on, better go see. And listen closely, download and tune in remotely.
This podcast is part of the OIW Podcasting Network.
Wait. Can you put a timer up here?